This video is going to go over the basics about how to use a Discord chat room, and in particular the one here, the Swing Trading Club. So if you're new to Discord, this video might help you with kind of getting through the learning curve and understanding how it works. At its simplest, this is simply a chat room. It's just a community forum where people can talk to each other and communicate, in our case, trade ideas, trading strategies, or anything related to swing trading. So I'm just going to kind of show you all the features here. So first of all, you can kind of, you can read what people say by going to any of these channels, and you can see down here, you can then type your own message if you wanted, and after you type it, you hit enter, and that posts the message to the channel. So it's very simple. You either read what's here or you post whatever you want here. And you can scroll down or up to see a history of the channel. There's two channels in here that you can't post any messages to. These two right here, the administrative ones, you can only read. But all these other ones in the Swing Trading chat you can post to. And now if you go down here, this is your user information, and you can see here I set my name to be Sluggo, and I'm going to click View Profile here, and here there's a little Edit Profile icon. So you can see right now it's just a generic image. That's the Discord logo right there. You can click Edit Profile, and here's where you can go to change your avatar if you want to change what image is showing there. And this is also actually where you can go to change the appearance. So you know how it's like all black and dark here? Not everybody likes that. Some people don't like the black background. I'm one of those people. I like a lighter background typically. And so this is where you can go to change that. You click down here on your user ID, you click the View Profile, and you click this little pencil, it's the Edit Profile, and you go to Appearance. And right here with the theme, you can change it to be light instead. And you see how that looks totally different. And so it's up to you what you want. Plenty of people like it dark. That's the default setting. And so you can do whatever you want. So from here, if you want to get out of this, there's an X at the top right here. And you can click that. Now, another thing to be aware of is that you can get people's attention by either messaging them directly or tagging them. So you see there's a post here by this user, Sean. Now let's say I want to post something in this channel and I want to make sure Sean sees it. You can use the @ sign just like that and then start to type his name, and you can see it starts to show all the users who start with SEA there. And you can see this is Sean right here, it matches this, so I could do that. And so at this point, whatever I type, let's say I type, I like your trade idea, I can post this, everybody will see it, but Sean in particular is going to get an alert. He's going to be kind of notified that somebody specifically tagged him and left a message that was intended specifically for him. And so that's just how you go about doing it. You put an @ sign and then you put the username, and they normally pop up the various users who are they make it easy for you to kind of select the user once you start typing the first few letters of their username. So that's how you tag somebody in the group chat. This is kind of the forum board where everybody is going to see it. Now, sometimes you might want to message them privately, and the way to do that is you just click on their username, and you can send a private message right here. And so you just can type in, "Hi Sean," whatever you want to say, you just type it in right there and hit enter, and then it will send a message to Sean privately that other people can't see. Now, once you get these messages, or if you get tagged on the forum board, the way to know that or to see it is up here in your inbox. So if you click that, you'll have access and be able to see any private messages and any mentions. And that's the terminology that they use when they use that @ sign. So anytime if you do that, that's referred to as a mention. So if somebody does that for your username, that's referred to as a mention in the chat room. And so if that happens and they mention you, you're going to find it up here in the inbox. Now, how do you know if you have something in your inbox? Typically what happens is you'll get an alert of some sort. And there are a couple of kinds of alerts. There is an audible alert that you can get through Discord, and you typically get emails when you're either mentioned or there's something that goes to your inbox. So those are typically the ways that you go about getting notified when somebody either mentions you or sends a message to you. Now, you may want other types of alerts. And so the way to do that is to go over to the channel that you want alerts from. So why would you want other alerts? Well, for example, one of these channels here, it's the stock trade callouts channel. That's when people are posting new trades that they've made. And maybe you want an alert each time there's a new message posted in there. It could be time sensitive. It's real time, right? As people post things, it could be a real time trading opportunity. And maybe you want to know every time someone posts something like that so that you can look at the trade opportunity yourself and decide if it's something you want to pursue. And so what you can do a right click and you can see notification settings. And so you have here the default for this channel is to only get a notification when there's a mention of your username. Now you may not want that. You may not want to be notified when people mention you. That's rare, but some people, that's okay. That's what you might be what they want. So they would select nothing. The default is basically this one right here, only the @mentions when someone mentions you. But maybe again, you want to be notified every single time that somebody posts anything in that particular channel, because that's basically the trade alert channel. And so you could change it to be all messages. And that would change it. So every single time someone posts in there, you're going to get an alert. If you don't trade options, as another example, then maybe you don't want that setting. And so, when you go down to notification settings, maybe you never want to be alerted when there's new options trades because you don't even trade options. And so that's where you can control this. And so you could leave it at only the @mentions. That way you only get an alert in the options channel if somebody actually mentions your name. And that might be the way to approach it. Ultimately, it's your decision. That's how you configure the alerts. There's one other thing that I'd like to show in this video, and that is bots. And in particular, there's one I wanted to point out. It's called StockBot. And you should be able to see it on the right-hand side, and you can click it, and it kind of gives you some more information here. And what these bots are, they help you do things. So for example, right here, you can see that Sean, this user right here, Sean, he posted a stock chart here. So rather than simply typing text and saying, I'm getting in on Apple right now, he actually posted a chart of it to help convey the message. And it can be particularly useful in a stock trading chat room to be able to access these charts. And you can easily do that with what's called StockBot. It's a bot. And it's one of the features of Discord that makes it pretty cool. So if you want to show a stock chart in one of your posts, you can do that. And you can access other information about stocks using this StockBot. Now, there are some users who they don't want to go through the learning curve. They don't want to try to learn how to use a StockBot, and you absolutely don't have to. It's completely up to you if you want to use it. But for those who want to take that next step, who want to use it as a tool as they share with other people or as they learn from other people, it just gives you a way basically to publish information on the chat board that is directly, direct stock information. And so the way that you go about, first of all, I should say that you can kind of learn the commands for this. There's commands. That's how you go about using a bot. It's kind of like when I showed you earlier, how do you message somebody? How do you mention them? You put an @ and then their name, right? It's just kind of like, that's just how you go about doing it. That's the exact keys on the keyboard you need to type. It's the same here for this StockBot. You hit a / and you could type gainers. And you can see that it's recognized by this bot. This is a command that this bot recognizes. And so you could type that and enter that. I'm not going to do it actually here because I don't want to update this particular channel with this right now. But you could hit enter right now, and then it would post the top gainers in the stock market. So maybe you're making a post and you're talking about the top gainers and maybe some trade opportunities you see in there, and you just want to reference it. And rather than typing it all out by hand and possibly having typos or anything like that, you just simply immediately get the information using this stock bot by using one of their existing commands. And so /gainers is an example of one. One that a lot of people use, and one that Sean used right here, is if you type /chart and you just simply select the one you want, and then you can see here, like it started to type this in, chart source 1, and then you can type the symbol, AAPL. And this, if I hit enter right now, this is going to post the Apple chart, which is just like what Sean used here. And that therefore will show the chart. So that's how you can go about posting a stock chart, is you simply type /chart, and then it will prompt you with the commands that StockBot recognizes. You select one, and then it will ask you to fill in the symbol for which chart you want posted, and you fill it in there. Now there's a lot of power to this StockBot, a lot of things you can do. There is a page here, stockbot.us/pages/commands.php, and this is a list of all the commands that it recognizes. So you can see, there's the chart command, there's a history command, a quote command if you want kind of the real-time price quote for what it is right now. There's a bunch of stuff. So you can dig in as deeply as you want. And again, each person decides for themselves. How much do you want to use that particular bot? You could keep it really simple and only use it to post charts. You could ignore it, or you could dig in deeply and see all the bells and whistles that it offers. It's just one of the tools that can be used in this particular chat room. Now there's definitely more features to Discord, more things you can do, more settings you can toggle, but I'm hoping I gave you enough information here to just be able to at least use the chat room, understand how it works, and get into the groove. And once you get to the point where you're kind of able to communicate regularly, you understand when people are talking to you, and you understand how to access information and share information, at that point, then you might be more interested in the other bells and whistles and the other features that Discord offers. But just to get up and running, those should be the core things that you need. If there's anything that I missed, you can ask questions. You can either ask them in the actual Discord channels themselves, or if you go to the overview channel, there's a link to the contact page, and you can click that link, go to the contact page, fill out the form, and then we'd reply to you as soon as possible.